I told you, don't click on the video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mood616, and I'm back in the house with a brand new video for y'all tonight. And this one is going to be my entire don't collection, as you probably gathered from the title and the thumbnail. Yeah, it just seems like, over the last 50 years, there's been a lot of movies that start with the word don't. There's been so many throughout the years that even Grindhouse did a fake trailer called Don't. That actually one of my favorite trailers from that whole Grindhouse fake trailer section. That was really brilliant. So basically the only rule for this video here is that the movie actually has to start with don't. It just can't have don't in the title. It has to start with the word don't. So without further ado, I actually own 37 movies with the don't title. I know there is some other ones out there. There's a couple I couldn't get my hands on. I know there was one that came out last year. It was called Don't Something. Obviously it was called Don't. I think it came out from Wild Eye. It was it has like a clown on the cover with an axe or some shit. I don't know, I haven't picked up that one yet, but this is what I got. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. So let's get right into this. I'll start off with the DVDs and I'll just move on to the Blu-rays after, and then we'll just, yeah. I'm not going to talk that much about these because there is so many. I don't want the video to go on forever, but first off, we got Don't Go to the Reunion. This is a throwback to 80s slasher films. I think this one came out, I don't know, a few years ago from Slasher Studios. Maybe 2015 or something, rather. Even has some cool little cards in here and shit. Alternate cover art. Yeah, I want to say 15 or 16 or something like that. I can't remember. It's an 80s throwback slasher kind of with a 90s twist. I thought it was actually really entertaining, really well done. Super low budget, but definitely worth checking out. I actually really enjoyed this one, but that is Don't Go to the Reunion. And there's, just a little disclaimer here. These aren't really in any order at all. So next up here, we got Don't Deliver Us from Evil from 1971. This is a French film about two misfit girls that are going to this convent, and they just do crazy ass shit. The ending to this movie is fantastic, but if you've never seen Don't Deliver Us from Evil, definitely give it a shot. It's from Mondo Macabro. I'm not sure if that one's still readily available. I have no idea. Probably out of print like most Mondo stuff. Speaking of Mondo Macabro, we got Don't Open Till Christmas. This is one of my favorite Christmas slasher films. I know this movie's a mess because it had casting issues. I know that they replaced some cast members. The director got replaced 2 or 3 times during the making of this, so there was a lot of production issues during the making of this. But it turned out sloppy but super entertaining. The kills are really what sell this one. There's some outrageously ridiculous kills, but super fun stuff. But that's Don't Open Till Christmas. Awesome film. I gotta get a new case for that. It's just smashed up. Sucks because it's a red one, but Don't Let Him In. I believe this is about a couple girls that they go somewhere. I can't actually remember this. I've seen most of these movies. I think 1 or 2 I haven't seen. But anyways, I can't remember what the girls are doing. But anyways, they come in contact with a serial killer and have to survive their lives and shit. This one was all right. It's low budget. It definitely had its moments and stuff, but I can't quite remember the full specifics of it. But yeah, Don't Let Him In. Cool stuff. Next up here, we got Don't Let the River Beast Get You. Fun little creature feature from Brain Damage Films. Super silly. I think I remember... Yeah, this one says 99 minutes. I think I remember it running a little bit too long. But kind of entertaining, though, for a little creature feature. As you can see, they put the creature right on the cover, so that's pretty much what you're getting. A dude in a suit. But, cool stuff. Next up is Don't Look in the Attic. This is an Italian film from... shit, man, I can't remember when this comes. Sometime in the 70s or something, but... oh, man, this is a bad movie. This is a really, really slow, bland, terrible film. It's so slow. The narrative is horrible, and it's odd too. It's got like incest overtones in it and shit, so it's very strange, man. But it's just, it's weird. This one's more of a thriller, but I did remember actually enjoying this one, and it's called Don't Look Back with Monica Bellucci. I can't even remember the storyline in this one, but I do remember it actually being pretty decent, though, for what it is. But Don't Look Back, I guess I probably could have put Don't Say a Word in here, too, if I'm going to put the odd thriller. But I think this is pretty much the only, like, thriller. Thriller with horror elements, for sure. But Don't Look Back. Next up is Wes Craven presents Don't Look Down. From what I remember about this one, this was not very good at all. In fact, I think it was pretty shitty. A lot of these Wes Craven presents films that came out in the 2000s. Actually, this was 1998. Around that time, were still pretty sloppy and pretty shitty, but Don't Look Down. And then if you're going to look down, you might as well don't look up. This one is directed by Fruit Chan, who's actually a pretty good director. This one right here is a big miss, though. I'm not really a huge fan of this movie. In fact, this one actually kind of pissed me off. It even has Eli Roth in it, which is kind of strange. It's like Fruit Chan, I believe, is a Korean director. Or is he Chinese? I can't remember. Maybe Korean. I don't know. Yeah, it's not great. English film, not great. Don't Look in the Cellar. This is pretty much your stereotypical, torture porn, essentially, is what it is. It's really about girls getting kidnapped and getting tortured and stuff. If you're into that stuff, it might be okay, but I don't know. It's pretty run-of-the-mill for torture porn. We got a Spanish slasher film, Don't Panic. This movie is really bad, but pretty entertaining for what it's worth. I can't remember when this came out. The later 80s, I believe, or something. Yeah, it's not great, but it's later 80s slasher film. Then we got the original Don't Be Afraid of the Dark from 1973. Made for TV film, which is a fantastic, very, very creepy, atmospheric film. I absolutely love the original Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. I think it's a great film. Yeah, definitely check this one if you've never seen the original one. And then, of course, we got the remake, who was actually written by Guillermo del Toro. He did the screenplay for this, starring Katie Holmes and Guy Pearce. What a cast that is. Yeah, you know what? I've actually only seen this movie once, and I do remember actually liking the movie for what it was. I remember it being a lot different than the original one, a lot different. Of course, this one's actually rated R, and the made-for-TV film is obviously like a BG film, so quite different in style and story and stuff too, but very cool. I think I remember liking that one. Then we got Don't Go Near the Park. Man, this is a strange-ass movie. Really, really strange. I did a review on this years ago. I think it's from like 1979, 80. Just very, very odd. Very odd stuff. I really actually want to revisit this one because I was actually thinking about this the other day. Some of these films that I've just, the specifics have kind of gone out of my brain. So I do remember some things from it, but yeah, I don't know. I got to rewatch it, but I just remember it being super strange. Probably just check out my review. Then we got Don't Open the Door and Don't Look in the Basement. I have so many copies of Don't Look in the Basement. It's like ridiculous. I'd actually brought this out for Don't Open the Door, which is it's decent. Don't Look in the Basement's a decent film too. Very early 70s gritty. Well, I guess 72 and 79. Kind of gritty, low budget films, but they are what they are. Then we got Brian Austin Green, aka David from 90210, in Don't Blink with Mina Servia. It's pretty run of the mill, about a group of people that go to a cabin, and I think a bunch of supernatural killings to start to take place and shit. It's actually not that bad from what I remember. I mean, it's not like horrible. It's not great, but it's it's average for what it is. But Don't Blink. I think this one was actually on Netflix at one time. Then we got Go in the Woods. This movie. Oh, fuck. This is like a musical slasher, pretty much. Fucking ridiculous. Actually, there is some pretty funny parts in this, I will admit. You know, it has its moments. But I'm not really a big fan of musicals. Like, I'm a huge music person. I love music, but I don't know what it is about musicals. I just never have ever captured my full attention. Some musicals are okay. This one's a little bit slower and it's kind of awkward at times. But yeah, Don't Go in the Woods. Then we got a newer one anyways. Don't Hang Up. About a couple guys that like to do prank calls, and they upload their pranks on, I think on YouTube actually. Anyways, they get a lot of hits and I think they're making some cash on it and stuff. But anyways, they all of a sudden become the victims of a crank call, and shit goes crazy. I remember really digging this film, except for the odd little discrepancy in the film. I can't remember the specifics about it, but it was like a part about something about a back door being locked and them getting in some. I just remember having issues with that, but I've only seen it once. But I do remember actually kind of digging it though. So Don't Hang Up. It's from a couple years ago. This one right here, we got Don't Let the Devil In. This one it's pretty slow, atmospheric. I think it's about a couple that move into this kind of this developing area and stuff like that. And of course there's some shit that's going on in the town in their house and stuff. I think it's above average, not too bad. But and we're gonna go over to Germany with Don't Wake the Dead, an Andre Schnoz German splatter film. I mean, zombie film. I can't remember if the gore was actually that good in this one. Andre Schnoz generally has some pretty nasty gore in his films, but I think this one was all right, for that department. So, but you know what you're getting into if you're familiar with Andre Schnoz. You know, you're getting some low budget shit right there. So, if you like that, check it out. Next up, we got Don't You Recognize Me? I reviewed this one, I think, on the 31 Days of Horror last year. And it's basically about a dude that's wants to shoot this documentary about this gangster and his life and things like that. So I think the gangster actually gives him a call to come and document his life and stuff like that. And then, shit goes crazy for the documentary. So, it's got a decent setup, but I think the way it's given to us is not the greatest. It really isn't. So, but I don't know. I did a review on that one. This is one I actually haven't seen, called Don't Turn Around. This thing looks like a fucking bootleg. It's actually legit though. Man, this thing looks super low budget. I can't believe I even came across this one. Look at the fucking back. It's so bad. It's like one of those like DVD companies, but it's like totally legit. It's crazy. I don't know. Don't know anything about this one. Don't Turn Around. Next up we got Don't Open Your Eyes. This is a kind of like a Hong Kong kung fu action weirdness. This is pretty fucking entertaining actually. Don't Open Your Eyes. Kind of recommend this one. Yeah, it's one of those Tai Sing Entertainment DVDs, so it's like got English and Korean on the back, if you guys can see that right there. Yeah. Yeah, this was actually kind of cool. It's got a blend of different genres in there and stuff, but with some supernatural shit. Yeah, it was actually pretty entertaining. Kind of funny, too. Then we got R.L. Stein's Haunting Hour. Don't Think About It. With Haley Joel Osment's sister, Emily Osment. You can see her right in the middle there. Looks just like him. Looks like a female version of him. I don't know why that's funny to me. It just doesn't even make sense. 2007 this came out in. This is actually pretty damn entertaining. Really good Halloween stuff. So, yeah. Seen that one a few times, actually. And then this one came out, I believe, last year. Don't Leave Home. About a woman that she had just, recently unveiled her new sculpture exhibit, and then she gets a call from like a father in Ireland who actually had painted a girl, a portrait of a girl, and then she went missing. So, of course, this, like, intrigued this woman. So she went over there to go check out and investigate what the fuck this was all about, because it was all creepy and shit. And the shit kind of goes crazy. Actually, pretty good. It very, very well shot. Atmospheric, well acted. It's a little bit slow, but, I mean, that's, you know, it's what you're going to kind of get with this big mystery. Pretty cool stuff, though. So that's it for the DVDs. Onto the Blu-rays, and we got, of course, Don't Go in the House to match the shirt. One of my favorite movies, man. I absolutely love Don't Go in the House. It's a character study of a dude that has severe mummy issues, and he takes it out on women that he meets in clubs and around, and he burns them. He does nasty shit to them. It's fucking brutal. If you've never seen Don't Go in the House, man, shit, dude, check this movie out. It's gnarly, man. Really, really gnarly. Great release from Scorpion. I think the previous DVD was on Shriek Show, I want to say. I think I have that DVD also, so. But yeah, this is great, because this is actually uncut, too. So I think the old Shriek Show DVD was cut. But brutal shit, man. Just brutal, brutal. Then we got the awesome Grindhouse. Don't Answer the Phone. What's with us? Nicholas Worth, who plays the sadistic killer in this. Fucking man, he just kills this role, man. Absolutely, he's so creepy. He's just so perfect for it, man. But yeah, it's pretty much what the title says. Don't answer the phone. He gets his victims through the phone and shit. So, but yeah, awesome. Love that movie. Here's one I haven't seen in years. I actually haven't even watched this Criterion Blu-ray yet, and that's Don't Look Now with Donald Sutherland. It's about a couple that they travel to. I think they go to Italy. I want to say they go to Italy. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But anyways, after they lose their daughter, she dies. And so they go on a trip to, you know, kind of clear their mind and shit like that. And they meet this person that kind of foresees the future and the doom that it has for them and shit. It's a pretty slow burn, but I remember really digging the shit out of this one. Very well acted and shot film, so Don't Look Now. Then we got the amazing Don't Go in the Woods. I absolutely adore this movie. I know a lot of people hate this film because it's very nonsensical, but it's a slasher film, so I don't really need any sense. It's literally just, this movie feels like they shot a bunch of random scenes. They had a killer, and they just had this killer killing off random people. There's like no narrative to this movie. It's just a bunch of people that are going through the woods that just end up getting dead. It's like ridiculous, but I love the music. It's actually shot pretty well, but everything about this is just so fucking entertaining. It's edited so poorly though. But you know, I mean, the locations are okay. I guess it's not really shot that brilliant, but it's great. I absolutely love Don't Go in the Woods Alone. It's great. And then for like a legitimately amazing film with a Don't title, Don't. Tortured Duckling by my favorite director, Lucio Fulci. This is a great giallo. Oh man, the social commentary in this is just amazing. Fulci had a lot of balls to do this movie. He was really attacking, the church at the time, the Catholic Church at the time. And nobody was really doing things like this. Like he was, it's always been kind of out there where people have known what the Catholic Church was doing and things like that. And no one was saying shit, So this, from 1972, and he comes out with this story, this narrative, and just fucking lays it all out there. It's crazy. It's very ballsy to do. It's very ballsy because I think back in those days, you probably could end up getting assassinated, one way or the other for doing shit like this. But it's a crazy film, but awesome. Really, really amazing film. Don't Torture Duckling. Highly recommend that. Then we got Don't Breathe. I saw this in the cinema, and I liked it. I didn't love it. Got it on Blu-ray. I liked it a little bit more, but I do have issues with this movie, though. I definitely have a few issues, but, it's decent for what it is. I will say that. I know a lot of people absolutely love this movie. Yeah, I mean, this premise has been done before. I mean, I really can't use that as an excuse because a lot of the movies that we love, the premises have been done before. But this is, it was being dubbed as being so damn original and things like that. And I'm like, well, it's been done, but it's okay. It's good. I recommend it. And then we got, absolutely no hopes and dreams of ever going mainstream with this title.
Don't.
Fuck in the Woods. Because you have to make a film called Don't Fuck in the Woods, because that's always been one of the biggest rules of slasher films, right? If you decide to fuck in the woods, you're going to get dead in the woods. This movie is actually nothing what I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to spoil anything, but come the end of it, you're just like, what the fuck? It's ridiculous. Oh, man. I still think the title's brilliant, though. Don't Fuck in the Woods. It's amazing. Crazy. Then we got
Don't.
Grow Up. This is like a post-apocalyptic film following a bunch of kids that are just basically trying to survive. I think they break out of this home. I think that's what it is. They break out of the place that they're all living in or something like that. Anyways, they go off and do their own thing and try to survive and shit in this post-apocalyptic world. Actually, I kind of enjoyed this. I know it's not great, but it's decent. It's decent. Oh, yeah. I think this one was actually like a Shudder exclusive. It even says Shudder on the back. So it might still be on there. Then we got Dolph Lundgren in
Don't.
Kill It. Now, I absolutely love the premise of this movie. I thought it was fantastic. It's pretty cool, actually. People get infected with these demons. And if you kill the person that's infected with the demon, that demon will go to you. Hence the title, Don't Kill It. You can't kill that thing because you'll get infected. Really cool original premise, actually. Pretty interesting. There's some awesome scenes in this, man. I really like the scene in the church, man. It gets nasty. Good practical effects. Dolph kills this, man. He's actually really funny, too. He's pretty comical. But yeah, this was a huge surprise from a couple years ago. 2017. Really enjoyed the shit out of this, but Don't Kill It. Good shit. Then we got
Don't.
Knock Twice, which I thought was actually pretty damn interesting. It's creepy. I think it's more like having to do with like witches and shit like that or something. I can't even remember the storyline right now, but I remember it being really atmospheric and actually not bad. So, but I watched this a couple years ago, and every year I watch so many movies, so it's hard to remember all the specifics. But I do remember it being pretty damn cool. Something like that. Trying to remember this, bugging me that I can't remember exactly. I don't know. Don't Knock Twice. I enjoyed it. Then we got, which I already showed it, but yeah, it was, the other one was for Don't Open the Door.
Don't.
Look in the Basement. This is off the Dark Force Entertainment double feature. Don't Look in the Basement. Actually, this is probably the best I've seen the movie look. I think they did a little bit of work to it. It's still scratchy as hell. And it's meant to look all grindhouse because it's a double feature with Chaos. I like these double features, man. They're kind of cool because they give you like an intermission in between, 10-minute intermission and shit like that. And you got the two movies. So Don't Look in the Basement. Yeah. And last up, actually, we have
Don't.
Look in the Basement Part 2. Now, I think there's actually, on this Blu-ray, I think they have Don't Look in the Basement. The first part is on here, too. And if I'm not mistaken, I think maybe the son of the director that did Part 1 did Part 2. I might be tripping balls on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes. I have another copy right here. Yeah, produced by F.S. Brownridge. Yeah, so it is his son, Anthony Brownrigg. Okay. Brownrigg. Yeah, I had brought this one out too because I like this artwork, actually. I wish they'd come up with a Blu-ray with this artwork. I think that's pretty cool. Among editions that Don't Look in the Basement, but it's public domain film, so anybody can put it out. Don't Look in the Basement 2. Yeah, like I said, I've yet to see this yet, so I'm maybe I'll review this for 31 days this year. Actually, that's what I like about 31 days, because it gives me an opportunity to dig in, my collection and fucking watch it I haven't seen yet. But I actually forgot about this movie, but I kept a list of all my Don't movies throughout the years. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is all I have. I don't know. I hope it is, but yeah, Don't Look in the Basement Part 2. So that is it, man. That is the Don't collection. That's 37 films. It's ever growing. I know there's some more like that. Like I know about the one that came out from Wild Eye, and then I know there's a couple more that came out this year too. There's been some shorts in the last couple years. It seems like Don't is a very popular thing to do. It's like having slaughter or massacre in your title, or blood. So yeah, very cliche horror things, but we all love that stuff, right? So But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Leave your comments down below if you've seen any of these these movies and shit like that, and just thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. I'll check you guys later. Might have some more videos this week. I'm not 100% sure, but 31 Days of Horror is around the corner. I was hoping to get a couple reviews done just before that, but it seems like my week has kind of like gotten crazy. So we'll see though. We'll see. But I'll check you guys later. And as usual, deuces!